Hello, welcome back to another time travelling video. In today's video we're going to be taking a trip down Mill Street. If you don't know where Mill Street is, it's in Liverpool 8 in the Dingle. So we're going to start at Dingle Lane. There's the Google van there. So we are on current date, which is the last time it was photographed, August 2022, and this is what it looked like in 2008. Gormont is pretty much the same. It's used nowadays for various foam masts on the top. It's also used, I believe, to store auction items as well. So we've got Turner Home here on the left, pretty much unchanged over the years. Dingle Lane up until, I'd say, near the top is pretty much unchanged. Let's see, 2008. Let's go up there a bit. The Evergreen Chippy. So it is now Happy Garden. Not one of my favourite chippies. Just couldn't take to it. 2008, we've had these sort of shops converted into houses or flats. 2022 was the same. So yeah, we're looking at the same sort of things there. So 2022, Dingle Wines, and then we had the same as in 2008. Let's go straight up. Let's see, right, Maureen's. In 2022, it's called Maureen's. So I used to go to school with a lad. I think his name was Paul Ellis. I think he lived there. His mum used to run or own that. I'm not sure if she's still there. Monkswell Street, Dingle News, 2022. Yeah, hasn't changed. Something's changed up here, I think. Oh, we've gone off course here. Taste. Oh no, that's been it a while, yeah. It's been there a while, that. So, moving on, we have. I forgot what that was now. Oh, Matthew Arnold, yeah, school. Almost forgot there. Right, so we've got that is Dinglemount Church, and in 2008 it was still the church. Right, so pretty much all of this is sort of hasn't changed in all these years. These houses are still here. We have 2022. St. Pat's is still there. Obviously the church is gone. Yeah, still the same. Nothing's changed there. We have the cross where the church used to be. I'm pretty sure my dad took me to midnight mass there once. I'll never forget it. What are we on now? Oh, hang on. Can we see more dates? Oh yeah, sorry. So the Menzies hasn't changed in all these years. It was a totally different setup about 20 years ago when I lived around this area. Right, Below Street. So now what we've got is, I think, is it something to do with Park Palace Ponies, this place? So basically that was the land in 2008. I remember it well because I used to always cut through to my mates who lived somewhere down there. One lived there, one lived there. So, and then we had the AstroTurfs as well. Let's go up a little bit. (2022). Yeah, so the site now is occupied. There is ponies or horses on this land. The entire thing is being sort of like taken over, which is a good thing. Yeah, we can see the work getting done in 2008. So that was the, well, when I say AstroTurf, it wasn't AstroTurf, it was concrete. Had many a Cutney there playing football. So we'll say all this land here, and if you're from around the area, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. Moving on, my old street. 2022, still the same, not much has changed. Mill Street Wines, pardon me, and it's still the same to this day. Back when I lived here, and I'm going back, well, I'm going to go back to when I was a kid. It was Thresher, or Threshers, whatever you call them. So 2008, that building, was that a Bucky's? I think that was a Bucky's, weren't it? And 2022, we have still nothing there, just cordoned off. Right, now a mate of mine said that there's, is it an Indian or something here that is like really, really nice. So I do remember there being a news agent somewhere here, I think. So in 2008, are we going to get the new? Yeah, it wasn't that one, but it was. Yeah, it was sort of. It took it over as a news agent. Oh, and what's that say? Is that video? Is it the old PlayStation logo there? Wow. What have we got there now? Essential Party Shop. All right. We got something there as well. That was all just deserted. Right, so St Cleopa's Community Centre is now a general store, mini market and a hair salon. These houses here, I remember these being absolutely fucked years ago. Not in 2008, it was well before that, to be honest with you. And these, yeah, that's still the same. That chippies are, yeah, temporary close, yeah. Let's turn that off. Right, so not much has changed with these streets either. Just the same as they were 15 years ago. We'll just have a quick look anyway. So in 2022 and 2008, so we've got a funeral service, sandwich bar. It looks like it's derelict. Yeah, that's definitely the, yeah. So looking a lot better nowadays. That's still the same. Never changed that. All these houses are still as they were. Right. Yeah, my Google van driving is slightly off today. See more dates, and we'll go to 2008. Still Oakfield Bookies. Right. Okay. So. Just let me pause for a minute. Why is it not letting me? Right, okay, so yeah, Tom's Bar Buzz. Had a few haircuts from there. Dingle picture framing. I have had quite a lot of pictures framed for me games room in there. 2009. Right, so if I remember rightly, what was the butcher's here? Was it that one or was it that one? I can't remember. But I remember going in that butcher's quite a lot. So now you've got Lynn's picture, Tom's Barbels, and what looks like flats. See, I'm not into these nowadays. These are all at the end of these streets. I'm just not into them. They just look an absolute mess. Especially the one on the end of Park Hill Road. Just all litter all over Park Road. Righty ho. Let me see. Where are we here? 2015, 2022. I can't remember now. Oh, a lad used to live there. I can't remember his name. I'm pretty sure I used to know someone who lived there. And that's what that looks like today. So back in 2009, it looked pretty much the same. I do remember that being a shop as well. And these two here, knackered. All still the same there. 2008, we had these chippy Riverside property and this sort of thing here, which is now a memorial, I think, is it? Yeah, some sort of memorial. And that's still there as well. Do you know what? I was only down here the other day actually, and I was sat there. I got curry rice and chips and I sat there, Nettie. I didn't sort of like, I didn't take that in, but that hasn't changed really, has it? That one. Let's have a look. Yeah, another sort of, pardon me, another apartment. I remember that shop really well as, you know, as a kid. Sometimes I'd walk up from school, from Malachi's, we'd either cut through this way or we'd go that way. We'd always end up in that shop. That's been there for, wow, yeah, donkey's years. St. Cleopa's Church, that used to be there. That was, I'm going back way beyond 2008 or 9. I think, is it that now? Because in 2022, it's still there. And that's sort of still there as well. So not much has changed there. A lot has changed here. So we'll just go down a little bit further. So all this land used to be massive sort of tenement blocks. And 2008 it was still the same. It's been gone for years, that. Moving on to the Florrie. As you can see, still in its derelict state in 2008. Now, I'm a bit gutted I never got in there because I used to walk past this all the time. And when I got into exploring, sort of one of my main things was get inside there. And to be honest with you, I couldn't find a way in at the time. Like, so we have the Welly Vaults. And today it is just, is it apartments or is it an Airbnb? I don't know. Let's just flick through to 2022. So that's what it looks like today. And if you're from around the area, you'll know exactly what it looks like. So, you know, Prince Charles, did Prince Charles or King Charles, did he open that and ended up going for a bevy? I'm pretty sure he went for a bevy there. Yeah, one pub I never went into. So it was for sale in 2008. Yeah, let's look at that. State of that, and we have a phone box there as well. A bit of a rarity nowadays. Phone box is gone, and the Florrie is looking lovely as per usual. Very nice indeed. Righty ho. So this is a weird one. There used to be, I think, was it a news agent or a shop there? Yeah, that looks very, yeah. And then we had, I'm sure my dad used to call that the dead house. So you can just still see, the Derby Arms. Yeah, some remnants of the old Derby Arms. And in 2022, can we we can still see it. Look at that. Yeah, I love stuff like that. Love it. Absolutely love it. Wow. I have to go down there actually. And yeah. Sun bleached bricks. This used to be more tenement blocks as well. In 2008 it was 2008, yeah, 2008 it was still pretty much the same. And there used to be somewhere, look at him looking at the Google van there, somewhere here, I'm pretty sure there's a bus stop here. Yeah, oh look at that. So we have in 2022 apartments, and in 2008 we had the Great Eastern, which was it the Great? Yeah, the Great Eastern. Just sort of, yeah, knocked down. And then them houses were still there then. Let's have a look. Yeah. Rightio. So here's a big one. Here's a big one for the area. So this, as we all know, is well, it was Wilson King, Wilson's Mill, Spillers, and what was it? Oh, I totally forgot. Complete and utter brain freeze. ADM Mills. So it's now closed, and I had the privilege of getting taken around this place just a couple of weeks before it closed, and I think I have the only footage of the place in its sort of like closing down state. And Mick, if you're watching this, Mick Prendergast, what a guy. This guy showed me around, and if it wasn't for him, I would never be able to get the footage that I got. So if you're watching, mate, you know, I haven't forgot. Still there. It's still there, mate. And what I'll do, if you haven't seen the video, I shall link it in the description, or I'll link it above right now. So in 2008, obviously the grain estate is around here, so that's still there, to be honest with you. Let's just go further down. So obviously in 2008, you'd get wagons outside, which was a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes. Just waiting to go in on the weighbridge there. So you've got like 1, 2, and then there's one on the weighbridge there, and waiting to get in. So that did cause a little bit of an issue sometimes because it was on a friggin' bend, especially here, coming up here. Oh, that was a whew. So in 2022, August 2022, obviously there's no wagons, and we have, when did I explore that place? It must have been, yeah. So as you can see, we have some sort of security van, security guard's car. Security is in that hut still, but the place, yeah, it's shut. It's shut. I don't exactly know what's happening with the place, but yeah, it's closed. This land as well. This land has never changed since I was a kid. Used to walk up here from my nan's along Mill Street, and sometimes across there through Woodruff Street and up. But yeah, it's weird the way it's just sort of like nothing's been done with that. Just you think they would have maybe put houses on there like they always do. 2008, still the same. Great memories of that land, if that makes any sense. Like, these houses have always been there since I remember. Yeah, 2022. Now this is a big one as well. So I think there used to be printers there, and then there was a shop. Now I remember that shop, and quite a few people my age will probably know it used to be called Pat's. Obviously in 2008 it wasn't called Pat's. I'm going back flipping hell, I'm going back to the 80s to be honest with you. But yeah, Pat used to be really pissed off when Malachy's got out, and all the kids, including myself, would walk up here and just bombard the shop. Oh, it was funny. It was funny. Right, so we've got Tracy's Cakes, clothing alterations, and in 2022, good to see them still there. Diane Keith, Southern Glass and Glazing. That used to be a chippy, I think, and that used to be a video shop. And I'm going back again to the late 80s. It'll probably won't show up on this. Yeah, the chippy. So that's gone. Or are they still in business? I can't remember. And then that definitely used to be a video shop. Someone come in the comments and help me out here. So we got Sam's, or Southern Area Memorial Hall, and in 2022 it's still there. It's still in use. This mound as well, as I say, used to come up this street. I'm going to divert down this street in a minute, I'll tell you why. But we used to come up here, and then as kids we used to think that was the biggest hill going. Now you look at it and just go, pff, just step over that one. Right, okay, so 2008, we have brain freeze, something connected to Sam's, that anyway, which is still there to this day. Let's see if I can see a sign. Is it? Oh, it was connected to Sam's, I think, but now it's showing up as a church or something. I don't know. All this, good times. I just love that view. Just that will just never ever change. Righty ho, so we got South Community Transport, and in 2008 it was still the same, and you've got all these people, all these kids looking at the Google van. I used to work with a fella, I think his name was Stan, not long ago, actually a couple of years. He got finished up, and I think he said he used to do this every daytime. So if you're watching, Sam, hello mate. Right, hang on. So, St. Paul's Memorial Hall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's connected, something to do with Sam's anyway, I don't know. Right, we're going to continue on in a minute, but I'm just going to divert down here, just for my own sort of memory's sake. Now, let's go into Mornington Street. Now, if you're from around the area and you know what I'm going to say next, there used to be a huge tenement block here. And my auntie and uncle used to live around about here. And I think Mornington Street is, I think it used to be like here. So they've kept the name. When they knocked the whole tenement block down, and they knocked everything down, that was like sort of like they knocked the swings down, they knocked the entire block down. And I'll try and find an old photograph somewhere, but I'll be hard pushed. So yeah, what was I saying then? Oh yeah, so anyway, so you had the dentist, which was here, and then if you swung that way, you had a sort of, you had the doctors, which the doctors are still there to this day, but it's totally different now. Doctors was here on the corner. Then you had like houses on top, and then, as I say, the dentist was here, and I think the original Mornington Street was around about there. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, good times. You know, really good times there. We'd get off and we'd walk up there, and as I say, that's where we'd go over that hill like. But I'm not finished just yet. I'll just quickly skirt down here. So I think Sandleston Grove, I think that was the original site of Mornington Street. These houses as well, these haven't changed since they were built. So he had here, we used to have swings and a little play area. So this was the back of Mornington Street. So I think this area here used to be the big massive concrete football pitch, and then all the tenements were at the back, and some of it still remains to this day. Just mainly like these here. These are all original. This is original, and in 2008 it was still looking the same, should we say? So I'm going to quickly flick to current. Oh yeah, so this is what I wanted to show you. Another place that I, just as I was getting into exploring, that was standing, and I'm gutted I never got in, because, you know, although it looked knackered, it was still sort of like, you know, I needed to get some pictures, but I never ever, I think before I actually got the bottle to explore these places, I always used to go past it and go, oh no, it looks too scary. But nowadays I wouldn't even think twice about jumping that fence and getting in there. The old gasometer there, Millfields or Milliefields, still there to this day, 2022, still there. And then there's the back of the mill there. You got houses on the site nowadays. You got the church, which is, I've got brain freeze, St Gabriel's, is it? I don't know. Can't think offhand. Yeah, you got like a garden there. In 2008, it will look like that. Just, oh well, is it St Gabriel's? I can't remember. So 2008, we had no houses here. 2022, we got some houses. 2008, did we have houses? Oh, we did have houses there. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it used to be, again, used to be massive tenements here. And then on the corner, we had a pub. So, in 2022, that's what Buford Street looks like. In 2008, it was a wildflower meadow. Yeah, all this area used to be just tenements. I remember actually when they lay derelict and before they were getting knocked down, I'm not gonna lie, we went in there as kids and we smashed windows and all that, like, you know. So, right, this needs no introduction whatsoever. In 2022, St Malachy's, obviously, just shy of 100 years, was knocked down in 2010, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, I managed to get the last footage ever of that place while it lay in its derelict state, waiting to get demolished. I think it was the cleaner, John, at the time, let me in because he knew me dad, and let me have free reign of the place. Just videoed it, photographed it, and all that. So very grateful of that as well, mate, if you're watching. So yeah, 2009, oh, let's go back to 2008. 2008, wow, we still had, oh wow, we still had the the priest's house, or the vicar's house, whatever you call them. So the original steps of the church were in there, and apparently due to health and safety they stopped using them, and I used to go in there. Wow, good times in there, tell you, good times. Used to be on the school choir, and wowza. So I've got videos anyway of the church, and I've got videos of St Malachy's. Again, I'll link them in the description. And sorry, excuse me. And what was I going to say then? Yeah, I'll put them in the description. I'll probably try and pull them somewhere up here as well. Let's have a quick flick. You got the social club as well. St. Malachy's social club. Yeah. So that was 2 years that before it closed. Did it close in 2010? Can't remember. But yeah, you've got houses there now, and you know they've kept the name, and I'll show you another interesting thing as well in a minute. Wowza. The nursery there, that was the play. Was that the playground for the nursery, or was it up there? And I was up there. That's the playground for the nursery. Headmaster's office, I remember it as Mr. Walsh. Quite sad actually, because I went to the leaving sort of party, if you call it, back in 2010. They had a leavers mass, and it was all teachers from old turned up, and pupils and stuff like that I hadn't seen for years. Oh yeah, look at that. So yeah, so we had in my day of going here, we had a football pitch here, which obviously now turned into a car park, and then we had like a parents' room there, I think, and infants was here, and the junior school was the main big one. So what's quite interesting today is, if I can just get beyond these trees, so you see all this wall here, that's all coloured. So in 2022, if I just flick out and I go some sort of here to this day, where is it? You can still see the original painted wall at the back. That has never changed, and that goes the entire length of all these houses. Good times, good memories. Right, so what I was saying before, there's the doctors and the pharmacy, and in 2008, I think it was still, we got more dates, 2008, yeah, so that hasn't changed in all these years. This hasn't changed as well, that's still the same. Right, so in 2008, let's just flick that one, 2022. So, right, the old Park Palace Cinema, now occupied by the Park Palace Ponies. So on the corner here in 2008, we had a Methodist church, I think. I don't know. So back in my day when I was a kid, I'll just flick back to modern times. So we had, this was the Park Palace Cinema. It was derelict back when I was a kid, and here we had a chemist. I knew it as Jakey's. I can't remember his full name. Was it Jakey's, Jacob, or I don't know. So what's quite interesting is, back in 2008, we had the sign for the chemist still, and that looks like rather interesting up there. Yeah, so that would look like in 2008. Now, I don't quite know what was going on in 2008 here, but in 2010, I went past one day and this shutter was up, and I stopped, and I had my camera on me at the time, and I went in, and there was no one about. It was all sort of weird costumey things around, so I just started taking pictures. I was approached, I asked the guy what was going on. He said they were filming a promo for Hollyoaks, so he let me take a couple of pictures and sort of get off, but and I'll put up, if I can find a few, I'll pull them up now. But yeah, how cool's that? If you're from sort of my era and sort of whatever, that just, sorry, hit the microphone, that's just a major wow for me. That houses were still there in 2008, and then we had, as I say, if I remember, the doctors was here, and then the houses were just right along here. So that was our view from Mornington Street, because we were quite high up. We could see that all the time. So yeah. So in 2022, the gargoyle face has gone from the window. So I'm assuming that's connected to that at some. Yeah. So let's go up a little bit further here. Yeah, 2008. Got some sort of garages, I think. I can't remember exactly what they were. Yeah. Good times. Right, moving swiftly on. All this hasn't changed as well in 15 odd years. These flats are still there. Let's just show you what it was like in 2008. I think some of it lay derelict in 2008. Can't remember the exact date, but yeah, is that sign, Millview sign, is that still there to this day? No, you can just see where it used to be. But I think they're all occupied anyway to this day. All this is the same. And 2008, it's pretty much the same as well. Or is it? Oh, actually, that's changed very slightly. No, it hasn't actually, no. I've got a watch, actually. When I was, let me see. When I was in nursery, and we'd get you know, when we'd finish school, we'd come through the gates, and then, because the gates were here, we'd walk up, and then on the way home. And I remember finding a watch somewhere here in this garden, and to this day I've still got it. So if I find it, I'll take a photograph and I'll put it up now. But yeah, I've still got it to this day. It's weird. It's like a Russian Seconda watch, I think. So 2008, still all the same. So I'm going to go down probably as far as just after Jono's. 2022. Yeah, all this hasn't changed, and there used to be massive tenements here, but I'm going back again to, you know, the 80s and stuff like that. I think, what was that pub called? Yeah, Mosley Arms. And in 2008, still the same. Is that still going as a pub nowadays? I think it probably is. I think, yeah. 2008, that was the same. There used to be a pub here. Was it think, George? Was it Clancy's, I think, was it? I don't know. Anyway, we've got a house there now. Now, we're moving on to the Mighty Jono's. Now, if you're around the area and you love these pies, he sells the best pies ever. He's been here since I can remember being, when I used to live down here and hang around this area. That was our sort of go-to place most days for pies and a can of Pepsi. Still going strong to this day, and very good to see Johnson's Butchers still going strong to this day. So next door we've got a barber shop and a new shop. That new shop has been there for years as well. Pardon me. I think it's changed hands a few times as well. In 2008. Yeah, still there. I remember walking into that shop actually, and it was a dead long walk down to the bottom, and he sold some rather nice cakes, if I can remember rightly. So 2022, it's nothing now, and the chippy, I'm sure that's still open. I mean, 2008 it was open. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was open. Right, so this one's interesting as well. In 2008, let's go to 2022, we've got that now. And in 2008, we had that. Now, that was a pub, and again, I can't remember what it was called, so please, someone jump on the comments and tell me what it was. The rest of this street as well hasn't changed. You've got the home here, which has been there for since all this land, and is it the Dion Club over there? This land was just vacant when I was a kid, and used to have like was it King's Gardens? Massive tenement block. We'll just go down to here, I think. Dick Jennings now is apartments, I think, and in 2008 it lay derelict. And I'm pretty sure that was me granddad's local pub back in the day. We had another pub here. Was it the Weathercock, was it? Vacant land to this day, and still vacant land to this day. Not much has changed with this as well. I'm just going to quickly skate down Mill Street as well. So in 2022, we used to have tenement blocks here. 2008, right now they were gone, well gone. And then we'll just approach the end of Mill Street here, which at one time used to be accessible. Used to be able to come right the way down Mill Street and onto St James's Place. So now we've got the Titanic, what do you call them? Titanic model. And in 2008 we just had the end of Smell Street. That's what we had, Smell Street. So yeah, so that was a little look down Mill Street. yeah, that was Mill Street to me. It's never really been. It's always like a street that, even like in 2023 now, and thinking back throughout the years, it's always been a street that I found has always been a bit neglected. Park Road seems to be quite flourishing at the moment, and Mill Street is sort of being a bit hit and miss. It's never really, I don't know, taken off. Is that the right word? I don't know. But there's some shops that still remain, as you say. Johnson's Butcher's here, and there's a couple that have come and gone. But yeah, it's a weird one. Don't get me wrong, I love Mill Street and I've got great memories of it, and I'm not knocking it. It's just one of those streets that I always found it was just like a bit sort of like neglected. But anyway, that's just my sort of opinion. So as always, folks, cheers for watching, and I'll catch you in the next time traveling video.